A few years ago, I found myself in a very difficult period of my life. Every day, I struggled at a job that didn't fulfill me, where no one was accountable for what I should or shouldn't do. I had difficulties with colleagues, and my relationships were quite turbulent. Honestly, I also had negative feelings about this situation. I felt like my life was slipping out of my control, and every day was tough and seemingly endless. I was at rock bottom. One day, while browsing YouTube, I stumbled upon an intriguing video about applying Stoicism in life. It was a summary of a modern philosopher's book. That's where everything started to change in my life. After reading several books on Stoicism, I was so fascinated by this philosophy that I decided to share it with everyone. Believe me when I say the changes were remarkable. Anxiety and stress began to give way to tranquility. Most importantly, every day I began to find deeper meaning. Now I want to share with you how Stoicism can serve as a starting point for changing your own life. We'll explore the fundamental principles of this philosophy and discuss how to apply them in real and modern world situations. Additionally, we'll consider how Stoicism can be a valuable compass in the quest to start a new and more fulfilling life. So, if you're ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and historical transformation, I invite you to watch this video to the end because it will be the most important video on this channel. Let's start. As I mentioned earlier, my introduction to Stoicism served as a true guide in my life and a beacon of light in the darkness. Exploring the Stoic teachings of thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Zeno opened the doors to a world full of practical wisdom and possibilities. But ultimately, what is Stoicism in a nutshell that doesn't fully grasp its depth? Stoicism is an ancient philosophical movement focused on the development of wisdom. Its foundational premise is that while we cannot control external circumstances and situations, we can influence our reaction and attitude towards them. This gives us a powerful tool to face the ups and downs of life with tranquility. A key and widely applicable concept of Stoicism lies in the distinction between what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and choices, and what escapes our control, such as external events, others' opinions, traffic, time, the past, or the future. Stoicism directs us to channel our energies and attention towards what we can effectively modify and control through our own actions, instead of excessively worrying about what lies beyond our control. However, this philosophy isn't just about abstraction. It offers practical tools that should be applied on a daily basis to help overcome stress, anxiety, and depression, to aid in decision-making, and to seek enduring happiness. Throughout this video, we'll explore some key principles of Stoicism and how they can be applied in real-life situations every day. Virtue, acceptance of imperfection, and living in accordance with our principles and virtues are among these principles. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by life's demands, if you've ever pondered how to find peace amidst chaos or overwhelming ideals, Stoicism could be the key to a new beginning in your life, enabling you to build a more fulfilling, purpose-driven life. This philosophy is here not just to help us, but to provide us with a direction for action that must come from within you. No philosophy can completely change you. You are the one who must make the changes. But rest assured, you won't miss the valuable advice I'll share on this journey to becoming truly Stoic. Let's discover together how this ancient yet modern philosophy can transform our lives, making us new individuals in the process. Now imagine if you could start your life anew. Imagine having the power to hit the reset button. Starting afresh doesn't necessarily mean forgetting or neglecting your past. Instead, it means learning from past experiences, from all the baggage accumulated over the years, and using that wisdom to shape a more promising and flourishing future. Marcus Aurelius taught us that what obstructs us from acting can be transformed into action that clears the path, becoming the very impetus needed. All you need to do is take the next step. As Marcus Aurelius said, take the next step. No one can stop you from starting over. It's the art of balancing between learning from our mistakes and moving forward with renewed hope. Our responses to situations reflect our own perceptions. Stoicism encourages us to question and adjust our views on life, to see reality objectively and clearly, free from unbridled emotions that obscure more than they reveal. Sometimes we suffer over things that haven't happened yet, or we suffer only in our minds, only to realize it never will happen. If we regard every obstacle as a favorable opportunity, then true Stoics view challenges not as the cruelty of fate, but as exercises that strengthen the spirit. This could be a new path, one that takes you even further from where you've been. They encourage us to confront difficulties as if they were opportunities. Much like how fire purifies gold, adversity refines us, strengthening us and making us better with each passing day. And that's what makes me a follower of Stoicism. Everything we encounter in our lives has the potential to shape our existence at some point, and that's what makes Stoicism so remarkable and relevant. Daily reminders about life's authenticity and purpose guide us. They show us that the dialogue we have with ourselves at the beginning and end of each day plays a crucial role in our lives, so we must befriend ourselves. I'm not saying we don't need someone on our side, but we need our own presence everywhere. Being self-sufficient is the worst thing. Stoicism reminds us of the transience of all things, whether it's happiness, pain, success, or failure. It urges us to live detachedly. Everything matters, but be prepared to let go. As Epictetus put it, remember that everything has a price. Choose what you value and be ready to let go of everything else. The journey of the Stoics is challenging, but profoundly enriching. It teaches us to value ourselves, find strength in adversity, and live intentionally. I understand that dealing with disrespect or any other situation where Stoicism teaches us to remain silent can be difficult. However, it's essential for a fulfilling life. Stoics believed in the importance of living in harmony not only with the external world, but also with our own selves. So, it's appropriate to ask ourselves, am I acting in accordance with my true desires, values, and principles, or am I simply reacting to others' expectations? Remember, the universe is constantly evolving, and so should we. Our thoughts have the power to shape our lives. We often try to please others and constantly seek external validation, neglecting to acknowledge our inner worth. As Epictetus wisely said, if you seek true freedom, it lies in not submitting. Acceptance is not the same as self-denial. It's understanding reality and taking wise actions in response to it. Acceptance involves acknowledging that while we may not control external events, we always retain the ability to control our own reactions to them. It's the intersection between understanding reality and deciding how to manage it. Instead of waiting for storms to pass, we learn to dance in the rain and deal with it because we cannot control the weather. The present is the only time we truly have. The past is just a memory, and the future is but an anticipation. Worrying about the future or dwelling on the past only distracts us from the unfolding present, trapping us in a vicious cycle. Stoics not only discussed philosophy but lived by it. We embrace moments that take our breath away. In a world where people often seek to exploit us, it's important to remember the power of silence, both external and internal. It's in this silence that we find clarity, purpose, and a deeper connection with ourselves. This space allows us to reflect, recharge our energies, and focus on what truly matters. Following Epictetus' advice, don't just explain your philosophy, embody it. We often find that the secret to progress lies in letting go of what holds us back, whether it's old pain, resentment, or outdated perceptions of ourselves. Perhaps our own perceptions of who we are inaccurate, and through mindfulness, our actions play a crucial role in the happiness we experience in life, more than wealth, power, or status. The assessment of virtue, which manifests kindness in our actions, involves acting with integrity, authenticity, and kindness. We must reflect on what virtues we cultivate in our lives. Life is full of inevitable challenges that cannot be ignored, but Stoicism teaches us that what truly matters is not what happens to us, but how we react to it. Don't waste your time on things that don't matter. Always strive to develop, for through this, you can be reborn. Every obstacle can be an opportunity for learning, growth, and strengthening. As Epictetus said, the key is not to give up. When we were younger, the future seemed like an endless ocean of possibilities. So why does it now seem like nothing is working out? You need to analyze your actions, filter what went right and what didn't, as this can change the game for you. However, as is customary in many stories, my journey was shadowed by alcohol. It ceased to be my occasional refuge from the world's turmoil and became a daily necessity. It tainted every day in an environment of fake friends and false relationships, where the most important thing for both parties was having alcohol on the table, because without it, there was no friendship or relationship. Happiness became elusive, and the relationships he cherished began to crumble. Everything seemed to be going wrong. It was precisely in the midst of this spiral of self-destruction that a brief video mentioned earlier in this video introduced me to Stoicism with its words. It was then that I truly understood what Stoicism was all about. In that video, I made a decision and declared that I would be a new person, one who would embrace Stoicism as my life philosophy. Consider this video as ground zero. From this point on, I commented, I will be a new person starting today. Just as Seneca described how unbridled passions can imprison us, I reflected on my own imprisonment and how alcohol dependence had taken over my life. Inspired by the lessons of Maximus Pigli, Seneca, and other Stoic philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, I began my journey towards sobriety. I learned about the importance of self-control, resilience in the face of adversity, and understanding that while we cannot control everything that happens to us or what people say about us, we can control our reaction to these events so they do not impact us. Several years have passed since that critical moment, and I leave behind my former self. Every day, I am grateful for discovering Stoicism at that critical juncture. It's been 4 months since I last consumed alcohol, and 2 years since I made the decision to change. This philosophy has taught me to value life, tackle problems with strength, and find true sense of freedom. Alcohol no longer dictates my course. I am now the captain of my own clarity and purpose. My mission is to pass on all these teachings to you. While the path was not easy, the teachings of Stoicism were my beacon in the darkest and most difficult times. Here are some suggestions for developing skills and incorporating transformative practices into your daily life. By applying them from today, or rather from this moment, you will be on the path to complete renewal and clear direction for the future. 1. Morning reflection. Take a few minutes each morning to meditate and reflect on the previous day. Visualize how you would like your current day to unfold. This will help you prepare mentally for problem solving and maintain composure in stressful situations. 2. Gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you are grateful for in your journal every day. This practice helps you focus on the positive and appreciate the small joys of life. 3. Regular physical activity. Stoics value maintaining a healthy body, so engage in physical exercises regularly, whether it's walking, running, yoga, or any other activity that suits you. 4. Principle of control. When facing challenges, remember the principles of control. Focus on making wise decisions and calmly accept what is beyond your control. 5. Self-discipline. Develop self-discipline in various aspects of life, such as nutrition, finances, and time management. Set realistic goals and work consistently towards achieving them. 6. Nightly self-assessment. Before bed, evaluate your actions throughout the day. Determine if you acted in accordance with Stoic values and principles, and plan how you can improve in areas where necessary. Inspiring examples. Dive into books or biographies of individuals you admire or who embody Stoic values, such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Detachment from others' opinions. Don't worry too much about what others think of you. Focus on acting according to your own principles and values without seeking constant approval from third parties. Memento mori. Remember the impermanence of life and the inevitability of death. Rather than viewing this with pessimism, see it as a reminder to cherish existence and make conscious decisions about how you want to live. By contemplating your mortality, you'll realize how much you want to experience and achieve your goals. Skill development. Personal development is crucial in Stoicism as it provides you with the ability to solve problems with greater confidence. Acceptance. There is no evil in what happens to you if you choose not to make it so. As Epictetus said, acceptance of what we cannot control frees us from attachment, teaching us to seek genuine relationships based on virtue and mutual contribution. Embracing these principles leads to life transformation, fostering self-awareness, resilience, and goal clarity. It helps us live with purpose, compassion, and tranquility, even in the most challenging situations. Remember, Stoicism is a philosophy rooted in continuous practice. Don't expect instant changes, but over time, this practice can help you reshape your life and adopt a more joyful mindset aligned with your principles and values. When faced with challenges and difficulties, remember the Stoic maxim: the obstacle is the way. Instead of complaining, seek opportunities for growth and learning in adverse situations. Practice balancing your desires and emotions, not allowing negative impulses to dictate the course of your life. Develop emotional discipline by striving to understand the perspectives and feelings of others. Practicing empathy and compassion will strengthen your interpersonal relationships and foster greater tolerance for decisions or actions. Start counting to 3 before acting. This interval allows you to reflect and make mindful decisions rather than succumbing to impulses. Know when to say no and avoid overloading yourself with excessive commitments and responsibilities. Set boundaries that reinforce your mental and emotional well-being. Pay attention to how you communicate with others, prioritizing constructive and uplifting words while avoiding unfounded criticism and gossip. Engaging with philosophical texts or ethical authors provides an opportunity to contemplate their teachings and how they can be applied in your life. Set aside daily moments to contemplate your own mortality, which helps contextualize self-respect. When solving problems, approach them with self-awareness and motivation rather than constantly seeking external validation. Find ways to help others without expecting rewards in return. Altruism and community engagement are central tenets of Stoicism, providing a sense of purpose and fulfillment. In short, Stoicism offers a powerful way to change your life. We explore various daily practices that promote resilience and tranquility in your everyday life. Record each important part of this video as they may be important to you, from morning meditation to empathy and serving others. These practices will help you solve problems calmly and purposefully. However, as Marcus Aurelius said, taking the first step is more important than just listening to ideas. Start today by choosing one or more of these practices and observe how your well-being evolves over time. If this video has been helpful to you and you want more advice on personal development and practical philosophy, don't forget to show your support by registering and leaving your comments. We want to know how these practices are impacting your transformation journey, as well as what topics you would like us to address in future videos. Remember that the path to a richer and more fulfilling life begins with small actions in your days and the consistent application of Stoic principles. Thank you for your support, and see you next time.